Hello, everybody. Welcome to Awaken Positive Power. Hello, Darcy. This is where Darcy Marta and myself, hello, Jemima Godsall, we come and talk to you surrounding topics to do with mental health awareness. We are here just before we get started with any conversations, just to get through this stuff. There is a 1-800 number down below. If you or anyone you know needs any assistance or an ear, please reach out. You're never alone. And there is also a disclaimer there. Darcy and I do come from a friendship point of view, not from a medical point of view or anything, or counselling point of view. So please just know we are here to talk to you as friends. We'd love any topics you'd like to talk about, but just know we're just trying to normalize the conversation as everyday topics, so we can kind of, once we talk about something, a lot of the pressure is released, a lot of the stress is released. You realize you go, oh, just offloading can do a whole lot of wonders. So that's what we're here for, and we hope you can chime in and follow along. Anyway, Das, today, by the way, everyone, it's May. Happy May. It's Mental Health Awareness Month, which is a wonderful thing to celebrate, because we try to normalize the conversations such as Darcy and I are doing surrounding mental health topics. So important. I think Darcy just said a beautiful thing. The stigma behind it is, why is there such a stigma still behind mental health issues like depression or anxiety, or you get labeled and damaged, and it can hinder you for a lot of things in the future, a lot of behavior, interpersonal relationships, work issues, all that sort of stuff. So what do you say to that, Das? Like, what do you think about the stigma and how we're meant to release it? Mental Health Awareness Month, we're here to promote. Let's talk, everybody.
I think the real reason that there's stigma surrounding any topic or human issue is fear. That people are afraid of what they don't understand. They're afraid, and they're also afraid of things that they don't want to face in themselves. So we have a lot of fear reaction from people around mental health. And what do I mean by fear is this. So I had a friend years ago who was a recovered anorexic or bulimic, something to that point. And she's really gone through so much therapy and felt very healthy about it. And she was dating this man that she really liked, and they were just at the beginning of their relationship. They were doing really well. And she revealed to him that she had been a anorexic or a bulimic, and that she'd been in a lot of therapy for that, and etc. And he dumped her the next day, and he said, I cannot be in a relationship with somebody like that.
What? Like what? Like someone like what? Oh my God. Oh my God.
So she was devastated when she was telling her. She's devastated. And I said, wow, good for you. Thank goodness you were so upfront, told him about it up front, and you found out what kind of a person he was early in the relationship. So thank goodness. I said, wow, aren't you brave? And she was like, oh no, I lost the relationship and the whole bit. I'm like, thank God, thank goodness that you weren't far along the road and revealed to it, 2 years into the relationship, when you're, after he'd asked you to marry him or something ridiculous like that. And, before the wedding, then you reveal it accidentally because you don't think about it anymore. And he goes, I can't be married to somebody like you. So why would he react that way? To me, it's ignorance. It's his own fear of not understanding the idea of mental health awareness, the fact that she owned her issue and got therapy and is comfortable enough to discuss it fearlessly. And so that must trigger in him his insecurities, that he's not willing to, face his his difficulties. So I think a lot of this stems from fear and ignorance, like, I want to hire somebody for this job, but oh no, this person has been treated for depression, or they just told me they deal with depression and they are on medication. Well, does that mean they're going to come in and shoot up the office when they get mad one day? I can't have them work here. So it's ignorance and fear as opposed to having a conversation.
Yeah. And don't you think too, with the fear comes in with the fear of the person who is observing the person with the mental health disorder, thinks they have to be responsible for that person. Like if they're depressed or in a bad mood, or if they've told you their problem, I find the person who's not suffering the mental health disease, they find that they get scared, like, am I meant to make them happy? What am I meant to do with this information? Like, oh, and they feel responsible because they feel like they perceive the other person as a weak link, which I don't think at all. I think you have to be strong to get through depression, all that stuff. Right. But there's a certain element of responsibility. That, do you think that happens? Because I feel like sometimes people go, I don't want to know because I want to, just in case, you know.
Yeah, and I wouldn't use the word responsibility. I would use the word I don't want to know because I don't know what to do now. I don't know. So it's not like I don't want to know. I don't want to know because I don't know what to do about that, or how to react, or basically what they want to do is come out and say, well, are you okay now? Did you try to kill yourself? Are you going to try to do that now? I mean, they have probably all these really ignorant beliefs and questions in their head. And so they'd rather just say, don't tell me, I don't want to hear it. I just don't want to hear it. And generally when people say, don't tell me, I don't want to hear about it, I find that kind of resistance, that inability to just sit and listen, means that they have a huge insecurity in themselves. That either they feel they've got to completely control their environment around them, including the people around them, keep everything under wraps, everything under control. So that probably means they're probably a little bit out of control themselves, right? Yeah. I think that.
I also know, as we know through this channel, I've been going through a lot of mental health issues myself. I suffer from depression, so I will continue for the rest of my life, but that's what we're here to talk about and to work with it. But I know when I've been going through my most recent one with my lover, we're in quite a new relationship, although it's fantastic. But anyway, sidestep. And when I was first experiencing my really deep, dark, like my thoughts of suicide and everything were coming to my mind, and that for me is something I have to deal with every day, pretty much, relatively. I will have a fleeting thought of depression or suicide, or if panic or something, and that's, dare I say, normal for me, because I don't want it to be not a normal thing, but I want to normalize that it is. I know how to deal with it, but he got very confronted by it and got scared and thought, didn't know quite how to deal with it, and thought that when I talked about suicide, because it's so far from his reality, so far a thought from anything, and the word suicide would rarely come to the vocabulary of his whole family, of his friends, of all that. Whereas in my world, it's different because I have to deal with it. And so I'm fortunate to have a lover who wants to educate themselves. But it does, they do become, there is a place of naivety from a lot of people, because even what he said, you can just move through it and get strong, get over it. And I'm going, oof, you can't say that to someone, because everyone's different, for number one. And just because you're strong enough to put on your two boots and walk out headstrong, I'm falling apart back here. It may take me another year, maybe take me a second, maybe take me a day, but it's totally different. You can't put that on, because then you're denying me my ability to heal, or you're shunning the fact that I'm not feeling right in that moment, and you're making me feel less than, stupid, and incapable of rising up, when I know in that moment it is not. It's very hard. So that was really the education.
Well, education's a big thing, and also there's also religion. There's a lot of religions that taboo suicide.
Yeah,
like, suicide is like the big bad action that you take, and I kind of get it. I mean, I kind of get why religion would do that. It's kind of a way of forcing people into taking responsibility with their lives, forcing them to get healed. It's like scares the afterlife into a lot of people, right? When I had a really close loved one who was suicidal, I said to them, all right, I just want you to remember that if you do off yourself, you're just going to have to come back it again and do it again.
So true.
There's no free ride here. And I'm
Goes
going to
all
be
the
really
way.
pissed off if I happen to meet you again. So I just want you to know that don't try to take this sneaky way out, because you're going to have to face it either here or in the next chapter. And you might look a little different, but it's still going to be you. And I'm going to find you.
Yeah.
So, I think that, that's part of what religion does, is it forces people into saying this is an offense to God, because God gave you this amazing gift of life. You have to revere life. If we didn't revere life, then we would go out there and murder more people with no problem, right? So the reverence for life being sacred is first, and then the personal has to be next, because we have to honor our gift so that we can turn around and honor others. If you can't honor yourself, then it's very hard to honor others.
Yeah.
It's just like you hear people say it all the time: love yourself first, and then you'll have a love relationship, right? But so that's like the bottom of that teaching, or the truth of that teaching. But the problem is people don't get into the truths of their religious teaching. They just take the top part of it and then go, okay, it's just as bad, and that's like it. And they don't really delve into what it really means. It's not that it's bad, it's that you need to really start to learn what love truly means. And that's the hard thing with people when they're facing suicide, is to, maybe they haven't had an example of love in their lives.
Yeah.
Maybe they're, there's all sorts of stuff.
I think too with oh, I lost my plot. Sorry, hang on, having a blank moment. Oh yeah. Hang on, no, I lost it again. Oh my God! One moment is that I'm just moved, guys, into these mountains, and I swear to God, it's just like Oh yeah. Sorry, very important. Sort of sidestepping off religion, but same sort of topic in terms of suicide. The thing about, I think people need to learn too, really, is that you don't have to, if someone comes to you with an issue, if someone is voicing and concern and say, I feel like shit and all that stuff, you never have to have an answer. And the worst thing, personally, from an experience, is for anyone to say to me, if I'm in a crisis point like that, you'll be okay. So that's a key point to anyone out there who has someone who's troubling. I'm not being derogatory,
Right.
so please don't take me the wrong way, but just if anyone does come to you, please hear in your mind, say it's a worse thing to say you'll be okay. What you should do, what one can do, the best thing to do, is to hold safe space so they can talk. You can kind of remain a little detached so you don't take all the problem on, and just, it's like a sort of virtual hug around them with energy supporting them, and let them just be. Half the time after we offload, isn't it true, 50% of the problem's gone, or like you feel 50% better. So that's really, the person needs a safe space. They're not looking for answers. Of course, they could say, what do you think? And you can just say, I'm not sure now. I'm here to sit with you. You don't have to resolve anything.
Right.
And so that can take away a bit of the fear from the person who's afraid to hear what's going on. I don't want to hear just because they go off. I'm scared of it. I'm scared of suicide. I'm scared of this. The person who's listening to the person who is troubled.
Right.
But I think that's so important. Don't ever say, you'll be okay. Oh
Right.
God, it's one of those triggers that can make the person turn.
It's all right. Calm down.
Calm down. Oh, that's like.
And really, what I get it. Because what you're saying, Jemima, is that, because those are very dismissive things to
Yes,
say.
exactly.
It's being dismissed and diminished.
Yeah.
And what you're saying, that the person who's in crisis needs is to be validated and to be heard.
Yep.
I mean, that's really the essence of all of our relationships in life, is every human being wants to be seen and heard. That's what we're asking for on every level, everywhere. And so when someone's in a crisis and then they say, life is done for me and I can't see it, subconsciously, if they're saying that to you, there's a part of them that is hopeful.
Yeah, of course. I
And
mean,
so what we really need is to hear them say,
yeah.
aha, I hear you. I hear you. This must be really hard for you. I hear you. I'm with you right here. You know, so
And
that
just remember, like, you're not a counselor. Like, you're not coming, unless you are a counselor in that moment, of course, but you're not there to be a counselor, there to be a support, a love, a friend, a comrade. And that doesn't have to have an answer. That just that supporting net, that surrounding, supporting safe space can be the saving grace for both of you too. And just remember, when you, who the one who doesn't have a bigger problem, has a bad day and goes home and goes, the day, and offloads. After it, you go, oh, thank God. Same sort of thing. So it's a whole thing. You just need a safe space to offload, hear, be validated, be heard, allow that other person to express their stuff, and be wise with your judgments. If they're obviously like going down the wrong track, they are indirectly helping because they're talking to you. You can always reach out for help yourself, or put someone on suicide watch or something like that. It's just so important for people to feel safe to talk and not like be shunned or dismissed or not heard. And I think those are the three key things, to helping anybody in a scary situation.
right. And I do think you're right. As a lot of times people feel like, oh, I'm supposed to say the right thing, or I'm supposed to tell this person what they should do right now,
Or what if I say makes it worse?
What do I say
Yeah.
makes it worse?
Yeah.
Exactly. I could trigger someone
Yep.
the wrong direction. But if you don't know what to say, like if Jemima had called me and said, this is what I'm doing right now, I would have probably called someone near her to go find her and go get her if I was far away. My son called me one day from school, from high school, and he said, I'm really worried about my friend. I said, why are you worried about your friend? He goes, well, he's at home by himself right now. I think he's suicidal. And I said, really? Right now by himself at home doing his homework, he's suicidal? Is that what you think? He says, I think so.
Mm.
And I'm like, should we go over there right now? Do you think we should go? And he goes, I don't know. I said, why don't you call him and talk to him? Just call him and talk to him about something that you guys like. Talk to him about video games. Just give him a call. And so then I called the kid's mother and I'm like, I think you need to get over there. I don't know if this is whatever, but it turned out it was really good that we did that. It was really good.
Bless you.
Yeah.
Oh,
So it
gosh.
was really good timing. And she was like, she goes, tell your son, I think he saved his life.
And that's the thing too, like even coming to you, your son coming to you, excuse me, and just being wise enough to say to you, that's all it takes is one person to say, I'm not quite sure, to the next person who may go, okay, then you've got a beautiful community who can say, reach, let's go, okay, this is one person's going to say, okay, this isn't, let's go over, or, you'll work out an energy of how to deal with it with other people. But it takes one person to say, I'm not quite sure if this person's okay, or I'm not okay, to then move forward and hopefully get out of that bad situation or possible bad situation.
Right.
There shouldn't be a need for the accident to happen or the attempt to happen when someone asks for help. If someone's reaching out, or if you know of anyone who is fragile, there shouldn't have to be an attempt for them to seek help. They shouldn't have to get to that point in their life where they feel where it's so lost, or they've been so disregarded, or misread, that they attempt suicide. I mean, it's such an unnecessary pain for all parties. All parties.
Right.
If we can talk about this,
I think also we have this thing, we're busy. People are busy and they don't want to be bothered. We're overwhelmed. Human beings right now are overwhelmed, and we're not paying attention to each other in the right way, in the humanistic way, to really turn and look at a coworker and say, hey, are you okay? I was having a really hard time about a month ago. Had so many things all coming at the same time, and I was exhausted, and somebody was really bothering me at work, and it was super busy, and I was crabby. And I wasn't getting enough sleep because my dogs were waking me up at really strange times. Because we're going into spring, and so skunks were out there. They were waking up all night, all this stuff. I was crabby, really crabby. And I'm not generally crabby when I'm at work. If I'm really crabby, I have a big sense of humor. I usually try to move through my bad temper with a sense of humor, but I didn't have a sense of humor. I was just like, no, go, move, let's go, this kind of thing, right? And my coworker actually looked at me and she goes, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, oh, she noticed it. If she noticed it, then I was really on the edge, right? Because I'm pretty good at hiding stuff. So I said, "Oh, I am really over the top right now and really tired." I said, "So thanks for noticing. I really appreciate it." But most of the time,
and can I just ask, sorry to interrupt you, did that moment stop you, and did you feel a little easier after it?
Yes.
Yeah, isn't that ironic? Like just a simple thing, "Are you okay?" And you because you noticed that it, and then but you also noticed yourself, you thought, "Oh shoot, I really am not okay." So that all that broke, it dissipated the anxiety a little. Yeah,
it broke my internal trance.
there you go.
Right, I had that internal trance of going, I got to do this. 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 I got to be here. I got to be here. It's an internal trance. And when she went, "You're okay," I'm like, whoa. I guess it's leaking out everywhere. I better go and walk my talk and do some serious meditation, take a break, and really look at what's going on around me, So, yeah, it was really helpful. And I told her, thanks so much for checking in. We get so busy sometimes. It's like running a marathon. And what is it? My one coworker said, she goes, "This job is like being a waitress in a really busy restaurant during lunch rush, but all day long." It's like, it never stops. It's like, so that's why I only do that 4 days a week, because I can't do it more than that. My brain can keep going, my body can't keep going.
Yeah. I think the importance, guys, we're trying to sort of make here is just to make contact. Like make contact. If you see someone, or you know someone, if you haven't seen someone for a while, or all that sort of stuff, from an outside point of view, make contact. Ask, "Are you okay? How you doing?" Because that can break the trance for the other person. Or if you know someone's really not well, just keep an eye on them. Or if you are the one who's not feeling right, just know that you're not alone, and do reach out to the 1-800 number, or just go to one friend and just say, "Can you just hold space for me while I talk? I don't want any answers. I don't want anything. If you're afraid to talk," and just let them and just talk. We need to normalize this conversation, guys. There are way too many deaths over committed suicide, from committed suicides. And it's our mental health state. We have to be mentally aware of each other and respectful to each other, to hold space for each other, to process whatever we're all going through. I mean, we're all walking traumas, as one of my rebuild therapists suggests. Like, look at everyone as a walking trauma. I don't mean to say that in a negative way, but yeah, all been through shit. Like, we've all been through, we've all got a freaking story to tell. Everyone, no matter what sort of level it comes on, it's the same freaking thing. We're all survivors. So I just think, just normalize the conversation, open up your mouth and talk. There's nothing wrong with feeling not right.
There's nothing wrong with feeling not right. After 9/11 hit, and I was wheeling my baby in his stroller through the park, and I passed a man on his front porch, and he looked so upset. He was sitting there so upset. And I looked at him and I said, "Are you okay?" And he said, no, I'm not okay." And I just made me stop and think, that is a really dumb question. I was thinking, yeah, you're right. He's not okay. And he doesn't have to be. And I said, "Can I get you anything? Can I do anything for you?" He goes, "No, I got a family." He goes, thank you so much." He said, "Okay." And the idea I walked away from that is, it's okay to not be okay.
Yeah.
And it's okay to tell people I'm not okay.
Yep. Here.
It's okay. And it really freed me. That man totally freed me up. I'm like, yeah, it's okay to not be okay. It's all right. It's okay.
And really what you just said to us, it's okay to tell people, like
Yeah.
voice it. If they shun you or whatever, oh well, that's their issue. It's not yours. They can walk away and thank God they did, hey?
Yeah.
But like, don't be afraid. Just hold on, tug a tail of someone you love and say, I'm not feeling good. This is weird feeling. I don't know what's going on. And just talk. It's a lifesaver. I swear to God. I've been here with Darcy. You guys know who, if you're following, but for about a year now. And man, we've been through it in the last year, haven't we? And what a blessing this has been, getting together online doing this, because just talking, Darcy and I, it has been profound therapy for me, a profound help, a friend, a therapist, an educator, a teacher, all these sort of things has enabled me, just by us voicing each other, having conversation, has helped so much. Like, it's been profound help in my healing. And I just understand the importance of it now. Just even if you don't feel like talking, you can say to someone, I'm so miserable, I can't even talk. And then they can just sit with you.
Right.
You're not alone. You're not alone.
Right.
Darcy, on that note,
yeah.
hey, shall you pull a card for life and love and beautiful people we're all beautiful. We're all walking traumas, as
We're all walking trauma.
therapists would say.
What kind of a card would you like to pull today? Would you like to pull, and what, in honor of what? Would you like to pull a card about? Well, it's Mental Health Awareness Month.
Yes.
And
I'd like to maybe, hang on, so I'm just taking the light off.
talk about, would you like to see who can come and offer a little spiritual boost, a little spiritual
boost? Yeah.
Someone who can say, as you go through this month, friends, looking at mental health awareness and looking to support each other, support yourself, to take time out, take a break, find a moment of quiet, and say, gosh, my mental health is just as important as my physical health. And it's just as important as my emotional health, my financial health, all those things. There's not one that's more important than the other, right? So we'll ask the cards to send us somebody who has a message about that and wants to give us some support about that.
I'm sorry, can I just, while you're doing that, I had the light on and off, but I realized, guys, I'm living off grid. I can't leave my light on because I keep busting my electricity. I have to like jack up the fucking car again. I'm learning city girl go on country. Like, yeah. So I just, that's why it's very dark now. So sorry, guys. Oh, well.
Okay. So that's great because you can't run out of battery, right?
Nope. You can't run out of battery. Oh, we had a popper. We had a popping card.
Okay. So we had a popping card. That's what I love. I love it when they fly out at me. So this is a very positive deck. It's Diana Cooper's
beautiful.
Her Archangel Animals. Because you're out there with the animals and the nature, I thought this is she combines animal energy and angel energy. And so today we got something that's not indigenous to North America, but it's still here. It's Hedgehog.
Oh, beautiful.
Some Hedgehog. And Hedgehog says, be a magnet for light, love, and joy. Archangel Gabrielle.
Okay, beautiful. I love it.
That seems to be an appropriate
doesn't it?
Image and personality to come along as a little hedgehog with love, light, and joy. Joy is a thing we really need to remember, that, to find the joy in life and to share it with others, share joy. We get all hung up in what we got to accomplish that we forget that joy is a part of that. All right. So hedgehog. Remember, these combined with angel stuff, so it's a little esoteric. Okay. Hedgehogs originate from Orion, the plane of wisdom and enlightenment. I like that. Despite her prickles, they radiate harmlessness so that humans feel safe with them. They make people laugh and feel happy. That's true. Hedgehogs do have that effect. And this allows them to open up to universal information in a way that lets them absorb wisdom. These little creatures work with beautiful Archangel Gabriel. They radiate his pure white light and blaze a trail of it wherever they travel. Within it are held the keys of codes of happiness, peace, clarity, and other ascension qualities. The angels of Orion sing over hedgehogs, and the angel sonics purify the area around them. This helps you to heal your past and light up your future. Their service is to consume unwanted grubs.
I like that.
Yeah, you can look at the grubs of your past and of the mental tension. So this card is a reminder to laugh at your troubles and whenever possible, take them lightly. Invoke Archangel Gabriel and center yourself in his pure white light so that you absorb the keys and codes of the ascension qualities he carries. Then open yourself to the angels of Orion who come to you when you connect with the little hedgehogs. Their sonics, even though you may not be able to hear them, will enable you to rise above your past and create a happy, joyous, and love-filled future. Remember that you too can profoundly affect those around you. When you fill your aura with white light, it touches others and enables them to laugh and see higher possibilities. You all become harmless. You are all invited to take yourself and your loved ones into a relaxed, peaceful world full of fun and laughter.
Love it.
So yeah, next, that's a beautiful, perfect card for what we were talking about right now.
Exactly.
So next week, I'd really like to talk about how to find that white light.
Beautiful.
Let's do a little white light practice for ourselves next.
Awesome. That'd be great. Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you. Thank you, Das. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for May Mental Health Awareness Month. Fantastic. Let's all talk about everything, guys. Be not afraid. We got your back. If you have any questions, queries, concerns, or topic ideas, write down below. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. We love you. Mwah. Peace out. Thanks, Darcy. Love you.
All right.